Thanks for staying tuned into Business Lunch on CNBC-TV18. Let's move on. The Supreme Court has ruled that the centre cannot nationalise or redistribute all private resources, overturning an apex court verdict from 1978. Ashmit is joining you with us now with more details on this story. Ashmit?
Well, this issue travels back nearly 50 years, 46 to be specific. Here's the context to it all. Article 39B essentially says that the state, the government, shall make policies to ensure that the material resources of the community are distributed for public good. Now, what does that mean? A 1978 judgment of the Apex Court had held that this essentially means that the government can pass orders to nationalize, to take over even private property. Now, that is something that the Apex Court today has taken objection to. The Supreme Court, in a 9-judge bench order, this is, mind you, a landmark order, a 50-year-old case being decided. The Supreme Court in this 9-judge bench configuration has clearly held that that is not consistent with modern realities, that is not tenable, and has overturned the 1978 verdict. The effects of the 1978 verdict essentially was that tomorrow, if you are a car dealership owner, the government could pass orders to take over the ownership of the car dealership as well as the cars in question. Now, that is something as a modern reality that the Apex Court is referring to, saying that back then, when this judgment was passed, 1978, there was a socialist school of thought, that the judgment itself makes references to Karl Marx, that is not consistent with modern realities, that the post-90s India has seen a sense of liberalization where public investment is coexistent with private investment, that is one aspect that India has been in fact awoken to, that India has constantly rejected any one specific economic dogma. It has travelled and migrated with the times, and modern times dictate that there is a modern interpretation of this 39B required. So essentially the Apex Court ruling that this precedent that had been set by the Apex Court, that private properties can be taken over by the centre, by the government, is no longer true. That power of the centre has been trimmed by the Apex Court.
Okay, Ashmit, thank you so much for that. But that's all the time we have on this edition of Business Lunch. Thanks so much for tuning in. And don't go anywhere. Midcap Radar up next.